There you go. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Going there.
There you go. Oh man. It's all so bothersome. I think I'm still headless. Yes, you're still headless. It is what it is. It is what it is.
When are you gonna give?
I don't know. When
sentence.
is Dagger making the thing that he said that he would make 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Question mark.
Should already been made. I mean, he uploaded something.
Yeah, there was something. I thought he'd finished. Maybe he just got really close to finishing it and never completed the last bits.
Wait.
Which one?
Did you know he made the thing for he made a thing for what's it called? Forgot the fucking name now. But he made for a Brit's character and Brit.
Yeah, no, he did make those. He also made a Sophie one. It looked like he was really close to finishing it last time I checked it out.
I have not given anything, and it is what it is.
We'll have to follow up with him.
You're gonna be headless once again today. It is what it is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, welcome to session 28 of this this little adventure that you're all partaking as a group. As a ragtag group that only one person is still part of from the very, very beginning. So, with that being said and done, I have one simple question. The same question I ask every single fucking week. Ooh, are you ready to begin?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Very cool, very cool. Oh, he's not missing out on a session. Very cool. So, give me a second. I just need to start this thing up. And done. Nice. Nice. So, my good people. My good party of whatever the name it is. Are you still the clouds of the Azure Moon? I don't know. Maybe.
I'm not the one who would know.
Yeah. It is
But
what
it's still something with claws, so it counts.
Yeah. So, last we left off, well, you basically slept for most of you, while Vess got a cool little, I guess, interaction with a black kobold by the name of Fang that apparently was here to take away the dragon that you just killed and offered some compensation for you. As you took it, about 20 minutes from where the dragon was killed and slayed and everybody slowly departed, the dragon rose up again, missing half of its head, and essentially flew off to the north, leaving the whole quest of killing a dragon kind of pointless or fruitless. And as you returned to the camp and everybody took a long rest after this exhausting thing, you woke up to realization that everybody just abandoned this newly formed settlement. Scavenging what you could and what you did, you decided to head towards the World Tree, as there's no true way to go or do, as you're basically now free to do as you wish. Flying over the jungles of Trugmar Peaks, you come across a massive structure, a bridge that was laid over wide ravines, and there was an encampment of similarly dressed individuals as Ares. You landed, you inquired of who they are and what they do. You met with a dwarf that stated that here they're just preparing for one of the most common events in the world, the summer solstice, when the day is the longest in the world and the night is the shortest, and basically people are preparing to celebrate here. And Ares, you met one of your old companions, not companions, but I guess friend, someone who you know. Yes, acquaintance.
Yep.
A druid by the name of Roach. Where after some exchanges and sad news given, he told you the situation of what happened in Cradle Rocks, and also revived your companion Akur, the little fella. But as you know, everybody's trying to figure out what they want to do. Ares yet again received another vision. Somewhere to the west, the massive old trees yet again ablaze, and a massive creature of brimstone and fire climbing it and destroying everything, and basically setting the whole world on fire. And technically, that is where we left off. So, my good people, it is about noon, and you were told that the summer solstice is going to be in a few days. How many days? Nobody was specific about it. So, what would you like to do?
Well, that's. We were going to stay for the solstice. Let's see. Did we already had a place where we could sit and rest, just in case? Just checking, because I don't find any notes.
We've not entered the caravan like proper yet. We are just like been invited to join them. So we might like go and find some place to settle down or settle, because the caravan is like stationary, right?
The camp is stationary. You see basically across the ravines, green tents placed around where you are. There are also several tents. People all around. Giving like a good measurement, you think there's like about 100 people overall in like several miles. Well, this is I guess like around 60 in your close vicinity.
We never got the name of the dwarf, right?
No, you did not. He kind of went away when you met with Roach, as you know, he was not really sure what to do with all of you, and made himself busy.
Yeah, I think we should find some place to lay our bedrolls at least.
Do we know when the solstice is exactly? Or just generally in the next few days?
Well, you never asked specifically. But as for bedrolls, there's plenty of space. The section that you are basically massive. Well, basically massive ravines, and you're basically on top of these ravines. Plenty of just plains with barely any like trees or anything. The jungle has almost no influence over here. So, what would you like to do?
Yeah, we go and find like place, maybe some open area a bit away from some other camp,
Mhm.
and make like a small camp area for us.
Mhm. Yeah. There's no threats, no problems to setting up. Tall grass all around. And I don't know, just this thing of like, yeah, you can join us, but there's also not really much to do.
Mhm. Well, I guess it's as any time as any. We still have to go through the bags.
The bags. Oh god.
Yeah.
Give me a
When you
second.
do that, like after we set up our camp, lay down our bedrolls, I don't think we have tents or do.
No, you
The
don't.
NFU.
You have bedrolls, but you don't have tents. You literally.
Yeah.
I don't even have anything to make a bed, so I'll just sleep on the ground like I did last time.
Yeah. So there's ways to make even that comfortable.
Mm, So, if I remember, this, you got a skull. You got a nice little great mace, like a warhammer with a massive spooky face on it.
Which I tried to grab last time.
Mm-hmm. And in the same bag, what you find is a simple, this like pale white blade. Slightly bigger than a dagger, but it's a dagger. Looks kind of primitive. Looks pretty, what's it called, basic made. Nothing extravagant, nothing opulent about it. But it's made of this like almost like, how do I say this? Pale white metal. Yeah,
So
no.
it's very reflective as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Then looking deeper into the bag, finding the mace, you also find a small pouch that is littered with feathers. But as soon as you pull out one feather out of the pouch, another reappears in the same exact spot. And
Feather pouch.
yeah, and as a final item, as everything else is basically empty, you find a simple wooden shield, no bigger than your head in size.
Okay. So I put the mace/hammer on in front of me. I put also the blade in front of me. I look at the infant feather pouch. Do I recognize what kind of feathers they are?
Can you roll me a survival check or a nature check with disadvantage, both?
Survival or nature?
Yeah.
Let me just check which one is. I got proficiency in both. My survival's better, so let's go with survival.
And you basically cleared one pouch. Ooh, that's good.
That's still 16. Still
Mhm.
16.
The first instinct that you have is one of a falcon. Medium-sized bird. It's the structure seems soundly resembling of that, but the color is off. It's a lot more grayer, while the falcons you knew usually had like light brownish coloration. So maybe same species, different region, because different color.
Interesting. Okay. And I also checked the wooden shield for a moment, looking around it, flipping it. Decent shield.
It looks like it could break at any moment if you just give a bit more strength to give in, but when you test it, it does not break.
Pretty sturdy shield. I like my big weapons more. I can take damage. Need shield. Side. Looks at the dagger for a bit. And then I tap the metal with my claw, see how it resonates.
It is pretty. It does not resonate. It feels stony. It is metallic. It is gold, like shines nicely, but as soon as you like try to touch it, feel how sharp it is. It feels like almost like rough stone.
Rough stone.
Even though it looks like it's sharp to the edge, when you glide it through your fangs, it just feels odd.
Looks metal, feels like stone.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone else see what I'm doing?
I guess Ares and Tia would see this.
What is that?
Stuff. Oh wait. Stuff that I got from that kobold fellow. Fang, yes. And what was it? This is in these bags. At least in one of them.
And what is that made of? It looks like stone, but it looks like metal.
Yeah, feels like stone, looks like metal. I don't know. Need to cut into something to see how it works.
Who are you gonna cut it into?
Not me, please.
I'm obviously not gonna cut it to my allies. I'm just looking for something to cut. So maybe a branch or a stick or.
Well, there's plenty of grass. I see. So here's the thing: as you swipe at the grass, if you're gonna swipe it,
yes.
What you realize, it glides nicely. It with a single force, section of the grass you cut is, gets cut. But then all of a sudden, the section of the grass that basically got cut, all of a sudden becomes gray and stiff, and eventually, just in front of you, there's now this patch of grass-like stone. As you look at the fallen grass that you cut, they're also now just looks like just these inconsistent stone rods.
So they all turn into stone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look, Kirsty's dagger. Huh. Turned into stone. Like the dragon. Oh.
I think you should wrap something around that. I don't know what would happen if that would touch us or you or anything.
I just gently put it back into the bag for the time being.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, okay, that's not safe for now. We'll see if anyone knows how to use that better than me. All right then. Next up.
Roll me 5d1000.
5d1000. Okay. Next bag.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow, those are some high rolls in between. That's 40. Fuck the 40.
The first thing that you catch is a pouch. In the pouch, you find the shimmering gems of rubies gleaming back at you. You find 3 rubies. Expensive. The second thing you pull out is a simple board, as in a signboard. It is about a square feet in diameter and has this wooden stick that has been basically attached with some strings of leather to the post. It doesn't say anything. And it just kind of looks out of the ordinary, as it just looks like a normal signpost. The next thing that you pull out is metallic. You pull out a whistle, seemingly made of pure platinum metal, and it resembles a small little horn. And on that horn, there are several seemingly lizard or even dragon heads circling the end or the edge of the horn.
Ooh. Is it the? I see. Ooh, that is very interesting. I
Mhm.
look at the whistle. Very intricately made. Ooh.
Um, then you literally just pull out about 50 feet of rope. It looks sturdy and very well used, or I guess often used, but you don't see something odd or like out of the ordinary about it. And then you pull out what seems to be just this nice basic shirt, like pure white shirt, right? That you assume, you would wear it. But as soon as you like reveal it to the sunlight, it rapidly changes color to yellow.
Ooh. Shirt that changes color. Ooh, this shirt changes color in light. Interesting.
I don't like this color.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, she puts the shirt away because someone isn't feeling the collar.
Mm-mm-mm.
Cool. And I guess we still have the other bag where I put the claw in.
Yeah. Can you roll me, another 5d10? Also, while he's doing that, decide what you want to do, because it's literally about noonish. Oh boy.
Oh, this is the bad bag.
Oh.
Or good one, yeah. I have no idea.
Oh boy.
I have no idea.
The first thing that you pull is the claw, right? Your little thing. Right? The little
Oops.
thing.
Oops.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. But the second thing you pull out is you for a brief moment have like almost an epiphany. There's a second like claw, a second nail of a dragon, and the first one you pull out is yours because you clearly see the marks that you made by cutting it apart. The second one you pull out seems to be made into a weapon, and it's about twice as long as your current, like the one that you have. It's about 9 feet long. It's about 3 meters long, and you realize it has witnessed countless of damages. There's scratch marks, bludgeoning marks, signs of acidic, necrotic, and fire damage across it. And for what it is, it looks a bit more shriveled, but incredibly more wider and longer, but also almost twice as light as the one that you pull out first.
Huh, I can wield this. Looks a bit damaged though. Been through a lot.
The second thing you pull out is a crossbow made of this black, almost smoldering wood, and it smells of. But the first instinct that you have is just death.
Look at it for a moment. Well, I don't like crossbows. Put it away. Put it back into the bag.
The third thing you pull out is a rapier. What seems to be made of some sort of gem. You assume quartz or glass. It is shiny, it is bright, and it feels warm to the touch. Besides being made of this see-through material, it does not break, it does not budge, and seemingly it just feels nice in your hands.
Light. Useful. Seems sturdy. Not my type of weapon.
Uh, the fourth item that you pull out, or I guess in this case fifth, because the first item you pull out was your original nail. The fourth item is this massive, you don't know what it is, but it's a massive chunk of metal. As you pull out, you realize it has handlebars, and you realize it's just ginormous, 6 foot tall, and about 4 foot tall, 4 foot wide, and about foot thick metal shield that seem to have witnessed countless of battles. As you see on the section, or I guess the front-facing section, you see a massive depiction of countless of people fighting what seems to be a hydra of some sort. In the depiction, seemingly, while the humanoid creatures have suffered many losses, the hydra is basically at the very edge of its own defeat, as plentiful of heads seemingly cut off. And yeah, you got yourself a tower shield, my good sir. And the fifth item that you receive is this sleek, long falchion. It seems to be made of bronze. But as you pull it out, you feel this, also like the rapier, this warmth. But also you feel this almost instinctual fury and determination as you hold it. Can you roll my wisdom saving throw?
Oh, for fuck. that is wisdom. Yeah, wisdom. Oh, that's not my worst stat, thank God. 18.
For a brief moment, you hear the familiar, almost nostalgic sound of sand dunes blowing, the winds picking up, a flurry of sounds, a commotion. And almost instinctually, you prepare to just slash at someone, and then you stop. As in your hand, you feel like you hold like a fury manifest. But for what or for whom, you have no clue.
As I hold up my hand to searing attack, I lower it and look at the sword.
This sword wishes to fight.
Any comments?
Are you okay? You looked a bit out of it for a second.
Yes, I'm fine. This sword wishes to fight. That is all I can sense.
And I put the sword back into the bag. Let's not touch that.
I don't think you should touch anything out of that bag. None of it seems particularly safe.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You
All
said
right
you
then.
got.
Look at the. Oh, go ahead.
You said you got the bags from a kobold.
Yes, I have.
An odd collection of items.
Well, that's nice.
Vess holds up the wooden shield and looks at you, Ares.
Yeah. You see that Ares. They do carry a basic wooden shield in their kit.
It did say this is power, and you appear to wield wood. Would you like this shield for your own protection?
Well, I wouldn't decline it if you wanted to give it to me.
I have no need for shields, especially that made of wood.
She hands the shield to you.
Thank you. Do Ares sense anything from this shield? Or like like the wood it's made of or something?
Can you roll me an insight and a nature check?
Insight
Yeah, and a nature check.
and in nature.
Hmm.
17 and 8.
Okay. So 17 is your insight, right?
17 insight, yes.
Okay. So, as you hold the shield, there's almost this sudden familiarity to it. You've never seen this before. It looks like almost like the most simplest, almost basic excuse for a shield. Like you could basically serve it as a plate to put something else on it. Nothing significant of it, but all of a sudden you feel this almost. How say this? You feel this connection to it, and you realize it is a thing made by a druid. There is power in the shield, and as much as it looks basic, you feel like you can trust it.
Yeah, Ares smells like this is a good shield.
There's not.
That is good. If you wish to keep on traveling, you would need any protection you can get.
And you see still some of the stuff that are still out of the bag laying around Vess, and she's just eyeing it all. Then she looks at the signboard and is like, can be useful, puts it back in the bag. Bag of rubies goes back in the bag it came from. So does the rope. Then she puts the pouch of feathers into its corresponding bag. And she also puts the dragonil and the Wither dragonil back into the bag. She's not sure about that yet. Puts the rapier back. And the tower shield. She looks at it. Mostly eyeing the stories being told.
Does anyone know about a story of fighting a Hydra?
I don't think so. No.
Me neither.
Turn the tower shield to the others.
Yeah, I'll go and gather some wood for fire for tonight.
Alrighty then.
I'm actually going to try to get a better look of what this city is all about, how big it actually is, what shops there are, what the people are like. Just going to stroll through the city.
There's no city.
There's no city.
It's a camp.
Yeah.
I meant the camp.
As for Vess, she put most of the stuff back in, except the creepy-looking mace hammer, and she pretty much lifts it up and see how it feels. See if she can wield it.
The mace hammer.
The mace war hammer, whatever.
War hammer. It feels slightly heavy, but nothing you haven't wielded before. And as you swing, you swear you can hear a subtle scream of anguish within the warhead of the warhammer, or the head of the warhammer.
Interesting.
So, as for Theo, can you roll me investigation? And Ares, you're gonna do what now?
He's going to gather some firewood.
Oh yeah, it's. You don't really need to roll anything for it. It's just looking around.
Pushing that.
Well. So, to put in perspective, you're basically in the middle um, in the middle part, I guess, elevated area between two massive ravines that split, or I guess, that eventually connect into one massive. And between those two ravines, there are two massive stone bridges that basically get across from one side to another. And where you are in the middle, there's one camp, the biggest camp. And you see on the edges of the other two ravines to your left and to your right, there are also similar camps like that. You realize, like, in the camp that you've been, it's pretty easy to get back to. About 50 people, 60 people tops. No shops or whatnot set up. As everybody's just kind of sharing stories, telling tales, why they come here, why are they here, and just basically, you realize that some of them are basically old friends, or maybe companions or associates. They basically get to, I guess, reminisce about the old times and essentially ask how their life has been. As for the other two camps to the left and to the right, it would probably take you an hour to go to one side or the other, because it's quite wide, far apart.
Mm.
So would you go?
I don't think so. I think I'm going to stay here.
Yeah. Yeah. Some time passes, about a good half an hour. Aries, you get enough of tree, like, not tree branches, but basically bushes that have died and basically been uprooted by using local life. And you just have enough wood for the fire. And of course, you also have your squirrel companion accompany you now, safe and alive and sound. My boy, Constantine, are you present?
Yeah.
Can you roll me a d12?
Yes,
Oh.
I can.
I like how the ooh.
The music picked up just in time.
Yeah, I know. So, Constantine, my boy. It is with great honor can I tell you that after what you receive as your thing, your task, if you will, you made some simple arrangements. You figure out where to go, and essentially it took you several days on foot, following the small
Strolling.
caravan of these so-called windwalkers, these wandering scholars of the Doran Empire, and you made your way through what's it called? You made your way through the Trugmar Spire, through the Emperor's Road, from the east to the west, and as you cross the massive stone bridge, you know of the solar solstice, the event that's gonna be happening in a day and a half, and you see a distinct camp in the middle, far away from all the massive camps of what seems to be 3 individuals. They catch your eye. So, Constantine, my boy, what would you like to do?
All right, can you do me a small favor here and describe the environment just a bit?
Okay, so to put in perspective, it is about 1 in the evening. You're strolling with a caravan from east to west, and you basically come across the massive bridges you cross, and of course you are told by your companions that you're walking by, that you basically met a few days ago, that, you know, it's a summer solstice. It's gonna happen in a day and a half, and I guess these are preparing themselves to do whatever they want. And as you know, you get this, like, this, not discretion, but basically a story of whatnot. You spot a small camp away from the big encampments with a bunch of tents of 3 individuals. You recognize one of them.
Got it. Guys, alright. Given I am clearly filling out moment, you guys see what looks to be a very well-dressed. Most of you, I might even wager all of you, have never seen a proper suit in your life, as it's considered a luxury. Yet, out in the middle of nowhere, in the dark forest, you see a well-dressed, black-haired man standing and he looks to be eyeing you guys from a distance before he starts walking casually closer to you. You have a moment to say or do something before he's in earshot.
I think at this point, Eris is about done finishing up the fireplace. Like as a last action, he uses stone, it's called stone shape, to make like a very nice, almost like ring of stones around, or like a
Well, like Stonehenge.
not Stonehenge. The fireplace looks very very nice, like brickworks.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
stone.
I'm just coming back to the camp and just sitting down and scribbling in my book, I think.
Alright, and then at this point then, he gets within earshot, and he makes his way over. He walks to you foremost. Excuse me. Am I interrupting?
Not really. Hello.
Nice to meet you. Alright.
Yeah,
He
nice
kind
to,
of... Sorry, go on.
nice to meet you too. I'm Aries.
He stops a bit at that sentence, and he nods his head. Right. And he flips out a piece of paper. Someone has paid for your escort.
He tilts his head.
I assume you knew about this?
What's an escort?
Oh, this is gonna be lovely.
That'd be lovely. He kind of tilts his head for a second, and then he kind of like he squints his eye in a smile, but you don't need a high passive perception to tell that he is a bit put off by that statement as he looks. I'm sorry, were you not informed?
I don't think so.
One moment, please. He walks off out of earshot of Ares, and you see, and you see he pulls out a stone, and he seems to be talking out loud, just in a mumbled voice.
Yeah.
He
I
could be
think
doing that for like 5 minutes.
Aries turns to Vess and Thea and is like, "Do you know him?"
I don't. What's an escort? I'm turning to Beth because
Can everybody roll me an insight check of what it is an escort?
everybody. Inside?
Yeah, insight.
Okay. 12.
Aries, roll me an S.
Sure.
Oh, okay. So while Theo and Vess are like thinking, what the fuck is an escort? Because this is the first time we ever heard of the word, and you're like guessing what it is. And Aries, for a few seconds, you think to yourself, what is an escort? And then almost like you get a almost like a flashback several times in your home when you were told that some people are under escort, as you know, and you remember almost vividly recounting, like asking, and you were basically told like they're essentially bodyguards that make sure that you go from one place to another. As long, you know.
Ah, so that's an escort.
Mhm. You still see Vez is still holding that weird ass hammer. He's just trying things.
And as he realizes that, he gets even more confused. Like, why? Hmm.
Actually, Vex, I realized something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of Ares' earshot. I have a question. I knew Ares' passive perception ahead of time. Is yours higher than Ares?
Yes, I have the highest passive perception.
Shit. What's yours?
20.
Like, all right. Well, if you're certain about that, Vess, if you wish to, you can hear what he's saying over what he's doing on the background.
Oh, sure. I mean, you have her
Um,
attention.
I was about to. I thought I could have. All right, all right. Over him, you hear some of it's mumbled out of obscurity. It's not trying to be obvious with it, but you hear a couple comments, and the main chunk of the sentence kind of goes around the lines of this. Yes, I understand you paid for it, but I assumed you informed the client beforehand. No. No. That's not how this works.
No. That's
Yes.
not how it works.
You said he was related to you. Okay, but that doesn't... You know the implication, though. Alright. Fine. You'll get what you paid for. But... You didn't pay for the extras. And... I will make sure he's protected. It's going to be a lot harder to gain his trust if I can't tell you who you are. I understand it will only make things more difficult. Very well. You'll get what you paid for. And he puts down the stone into his pocket. And he starts walking over.
This is just quirking. Well, she doesn't have eyebrows, but you know,
Twerking.
she's quirking her eyebrow bone, I would say.
Sorry, for a second I thought you said twerking, and I just had the mental image.
Stop.
Yes. Alright, sorry.
No, stop.
Alright, straight face.
But yeah, straight face.
Kind of walks.
Oh, yeah.
He walks over. Seems confident he was undisturbed or unheard. And he walks over to Ares. I'm sorry, it seems introductions are necessary.
Okay. I'm Ares.
I am Constantine. A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've been charged for your protection.
Just speaks up.
He is hired to be your bodyguard, Ares.
Protect
no.
him from what?
That I would love to know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Constantine would also see that Ares has a vine arm and a vine. Well, the leg is hidden by a robe, but one of his arms is like not human.
This actually does catch his eye. Oh my. It seems from quite a lot. What happened here?
Well, we fell down, and I kind of lost my arm and leg.
Just kind of nods along with the story. May I? And he kind of motions his hand out to hold the wooden arm.
Yeah, sure. And it's less wooden, it's more like green vines that's like very, very
Alright.
closely intertwined to look very human-like. Because it's like they're so fine, like so small vines.
All right, let's do that.
Interesting. This isn't typical Jewish magic. Oh, apologies. I'm being impolite. Let me explain the process to you.
Okay.
I am a contractor. I've been contracted for your protection on your journey. If I'm right, is this to or away from the World Tree?
Oh, it's to the World Tree, and I will talk to a person there.
Kind of nods along. Alright, looks like he's got that straight. I'm what some would consider, in layman terms, a minor genie. I'll be working with you. And while I'm not such a fanciful creature as to grant wishes, I assure you I can grant other boons on your journey. I will also be acting as your assistant and servant for the duration. If you require anything, and I do mean anything, I will be at your beck and call. However, if you do not require my assistance at the moment, or at any particular moment, and he reaches under the collar of his suit and he pulls out a necklace. And it's a rather actually Araxis, can you describe the necklace?
It seems to have just it's a basic silver necklace with what seems to be this sapphire gemstone. Not a gem, but a gemstone just being at the center of it. It looks almost not it looks like it's about to fall out, but it seems to be sturdy. And there's this like almost like twirl in of clouds inside of it that you can clearly see.
You must never lose this. You must never damage this. Under any circumstances, the process of replacing it is expensive. And he hands it over to you, Ares. And actually, he doesn't hand it over to you as much as he starts to put it on over your head.
Woo!
Ares, do you stop him?
I was muted. He looks a bit confused, Aris, but he does allow you to put it on.
Hmm.
My question is, do we know what a genie is?
That's a good question.
I mean, kind of things told in like children's stories, maybe.
Yeah, children's stories. That's probably what most of you would come to.
Okay.
Now, given that you weren't informed of my dispatch early on, I think a display is necessary. Kind of looks over to the barbarian, sizes you up. Vess, how strong do you look?
Well,
Also,
she's pretty tall and on the muscular side. So yeah, she definitely looks like she can hold things or take a hit.
I also have a question for you, John or Terry, out of character.
Mm-hmm.
What is your passive perception?
His passive perception? That's a good question. His passive perception is 60.
16.
Hmm.
Yeah, then you probably notice that as you put on, as you put the necklace on, it does brown a bit, like looks a bit discontent for a fraction of a second.
Mm. With that said, question. Ares, how strong do you
Strong.
Yeah. How physically fit do you look?
Very average for a human peasant.
John would be happy. He kind of looks, and then suddenly, as he kind of leans in, and then he's gone,
Where?
vanished
What the
into
fuck?
thin air, and you
Just gone.
and that's not cool for me. You hear a voice, Aries, in your head. This will be our main mode of communication.
Thank you, phone.
Oh,
Are
a
you-
moment, sorry.
Yeah. Aries
Uh,
is like putting his hand, both his hands on his head and saying out loud, "Are you talking into my head?"
That I am. Lastly, for the display, I'd like you to arm wrestle your friend over there.
A few tears form at like the edges of Aries' eyes. And
Sorry, can you repeat that, Aries?
a few tears form at the edges of Aries' eyes. And
Oh,
he,
no.
he does it in a bit of a sorrowful tone. It's like, it's been such a long time since someone talked to me like this.
Oh, you scree.
There is a pause. Constantine was not expecting this reaction. Before the pause ends. I hope it is not uncomfortable.
He shakes his head, but he doesn't know if you can understand what that means. If you can hear him shaking his head.
And with that, though, he repeats, "Now, if I am to display my abilities correctly, I need an example. Please, offer an arm wrestle to the..." He kind of... and he kind of stops for a moment as he realizes he doesn't have the name of the other people, and he kind of corrects himself, the tall woman over there.
Her name is Vess.
This is just looking at you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
you guys don't... Aries has voices in his heads now. Congratulations.
And that is Theo. And she turns and holds out his hand to Theo. Like,
I'm
this-
just
Yeah.
not sure
Mm-hmm.
if I should take it, but then I'm taking it.
Did you take his hand?
Yes. I'm not taking it. I'm shaking it. That's your other arm gone. Sorry.
Okay. He-
Confused Aries though.
he confusedly shakes your hand, and then let's go. Anyway, and then turns to Wes. Wes, do you like? Would you want to arm wrestle? For some reason, Constantine wants me to do that.
You see Vez grinning at you. Ah, yes.
A test of strength.
At that
I'd enjoy
statement,
that.
Aries, you start to hear music in the back of your mind.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since I've done that as well.
It sounds like a distant piano. I am one of the few bards that can actually have a piano and use it.
Okay, then we arm wrestle.
Okay.
Right. Aries, you get to roll with advantage. There is extra modifiers. However, because they get convoluted, I will be rolling the extra modifiers.
Yeah. Constantine.
You're welcome for that one. How to describe Constantine's power?
And that's a great description, honestly.
Anyhow, yeah, I guess we go find a place where we can put our arms down, like a table or a stump or some sort of rock.
You can find a boulder.
Boulder. It's a boulder!
The boulder.
Okay. Bonk. Down comes her arm. Ready to interlock with yours, Ares.
Please go
I need
easy.
to roll something real quick.
Mhm.
Don't mind me. I have to roll something unrelated. Don't mind me.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
I rolled 2. Yeah, 2 did.
Yeah, no, yeah. You roll strength with advantage. I will roll something after you that will set up the bonuses.
Roll yours first, Wes.
Okay. Let's see how Ves will fare. Well, Ves is gonna suck.
That's actually a good roll.
You got an 18. Is that right?
18.
All right, good. And then please add a 17 to that.
That's a 30. Let's see.
Actually,
4.
1 second. Hold on. Double checking something. I forgot this one. The D8 is done with advantage. Apologies. So I'll just. All right. Sorry. That is a 18.
18 plus 16. That's 2 over, which is
34.
44.
So that is a 34 strength.
44.
Against an 8. Well,
Alexis, would you describe this scene for us, please?
You know, Ves, you're a strong individual, and Ares is basically just, very, very, like, you think you can break his bones if you really want to. As you kind of hold, you feel his skinny flesh, and you're like, this is easy. And then you try to, like, tug it a bit, and there's literally nothing. And then, literally, Ares, like an unmoving force, just fucking slams your hand into the stone, and there is this uncomfortable crack sound just underneath it, and you really don't know if it's the stone or something in your palm that just broke.
ow.
Oh no. Oh, okay. That sounded bad.
You realize, in fact, that it was the stone and not your hand. Oh,
Pushes her hand, and she does not. I am fine.
A very aggressive display of strength.
Yeah, I didn't think I could do that.
Ves gets up and she's like, dusting herself up. She doesn't seem to mind that she was defeated.
It is fine. It is very impressive. I was feeling weak. Maybe I should have put more effort in, but I am fine, as you can see.
That's good.
And my display has concluded.
So, where are you?
I am here, within you.
He looks around.
He pops out. Just like seemingly out of nowhere, but right next to Ares. I am always present. Call my name and I will be there. In need to convince a king of a great trial. See sights too far for the human eye to perceive. I can make it happen. That is my boon. I can enhance your abilities beyond your capacity.
Okay. Are you hungry? We were about to make some food soon.
Kind of thinks for a moment. One second. I'm gonna roll. I know out of character that you're just being an innocent boyo. Constantine's gonna roll an insight check. Don't mind me.
Sure, Bob 2.0.
Skepticism. No, he looks over. I'm afraid I will be eating in my own company tonight. If you require someone to serve the meal, I will be there.
Neat.
Okay,
And-
I'll see you then.
He nods and he vanishes. Araxis.
Mm-hmm.
One moment. I need to remember how to spell this correctly. Sorry. You can go on. I'll find the wording for this.
I'm waiting for the sole fact that you're like, okay, this is a lot of happening. You're like chilling in the middle of fields, and there's like just like literally for as far as I can see, just plains in the far distance, tree lines, and of course the two massive ravines, and of course the stone bridges, and of course the encampments of people who are apparently gathered.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Bess has now something new to try out. She's gonna. After all, she's still trying out the warhammer because it's the most interesting thing she finds, and she's gonna bonk. Well, what's left? What the boulder that's wrestled on with the hammer to see how.
Can you just? Are you gonna do this alone, or are you gonna just have someone watching this with you, or just immediately as soon as like everybody watches you like getting lost, you just pick up your fucking warhammer and just hit it?
Oh no! I do ask someone to watch.
Okay. Ooh.
So whoever is willing to watch, but since Ari seems to be a bit preoccupied with the finishing gentleman, I request Theo to watch.
Okay. In that case, can you both roll me an insight check? As you crack, like you hit you hit with your warhammer the stone, and there's like this uncomfortable thud sound, right? And you chip some of the stone, and it's like, okay, I mean, it's not the best thing, but then you all of a sudden you feel like you hear screaming in the stone as it becomes to crack and rupture, and in the next like few dozen seconds, about half a minute later, the stone basically cracks over and over again.
Insight.
You have
9.
You have no clue what it was, but it's fucking terrifying. You just hit the rock, and it's like okay, nothing happened. It's just a crack, crack, crack.
Theo, you can roll 2. I did request you to look.
Tia also. Oh yeah,
I asked
did,
Theo
I
to.
did.
inside Tia.
The 7.
Wait, where did you roll?
I did. Oh, I wrote in the wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah, roll.
That's one musical roll. You get to dice rolls outside of dice roller don't count, so you actually get to. Oh, it's worse. Man, that is a
Why?
lot of
don't
beautiful
even feel
rolls.
You have no fucking. You have no idea what the fuck happened to the stone, but it basically, you hit it, a few seconds pass, and started just break down and shatter while hearing these mumbled screams in the stone, like softly echoing.
Then Vess is gonna try and confirm with Theo.
Did you hear screaming from the stone?
I think so. What did you do to it?
I used the hammer to hit with it. It is definitely powerful, but that was unpleasant.
You made the stone cry through your hammer. How?
She just looks more amazed at anything.
These are strange weapons. One turns someone into stone, another wishes to fight, and this one makes people scream and crumble.
She thinks for a moment. It's like looking at this warhammer. It's like, hmm.
I might have use for this.
Just be careful with those. We have no idea what else they can do.
And yeah, she is gonna equip the hammer. She's literally just gonna carry it with her axe.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna replace the axe. It's just gonna be another equipment she can equip into.
Okay. So what is everybody doing then?
I'm just going to look for like edible fruit and berries in the forest to start.
Nature check. Nature check.
Make it with advantage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I,
You're literally gonna be Bob, but you know what you're doing.
Nice, thank
Oh
you.
my god, that's a good one.
wait 1 moment. I just need to double check something.
119.
I'm not doing anything super fancy. But I am going to add.
Can I combine those to a natural 20?
No.
Nice try, buddy. Funny joke. So that's unrelated to you. Don't worry about that.
Oh, God. Okay. So.
With that said, though, you get to add. I'll get faster as time goes on. Apologies.
Okay.
You get to add a 5 to that as well. So it's 24 on that check.
Okay,
So,
so here's the thing. You look around and you realize there is literally nothing to eat here. But then when you go to like the cliffs, right, look down, you do find several bushes, like wild berry bushes that seem just from here that they are almost like about to be fully ripe and born like spoiling, and they are not poisonous because of your insight. And you basically find several bushels growing out of sight and out of mind, which of course, without any problems, you find enough berries for you to get for at least 7 rations.
yes.
No longer stupid. That's a quote.
Longer stupid, yeah.
Because mind you, Aries like never attended school or anything. He's like very basic, so that's kind of makes sense with the funky
Meanwhile, Emil Constantine chilling in his like miniature library in his land.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
and after he's done with that, he's going to go to the caravan people and asks
Oh,
if they have
the caravan people have passed by. They literally like there was like a small caravan of like 6 wagons. It was just going by, and then just literally.
weren't they following with them, or
Yeah, he was going with them, and then he just walked up to you, and just they just left.
but weren't we supposed to like celebrate summer solstice with them?
Oh no!
That's the camp.
Yeah, that's your camp. Like there, people travel up and down the road. Besides, the camps are still there. Just that people come and go, and there was like a small caravan that arrived, literally went by.
Ah, okay. So there's still people here. Okay,
Yeah,
then I
yeah.
understand. Then he will go up to some of the campers, see if they have some more food ingredients, and ask
Oh,
if they're willing to share.
well, you don't find Roach, but you do find the dwarf that you spoke with. As not much preparations are being done, they're just kind of chilling, vibing, seemingly just enjoying the calm, serene environment. As you ask around, the dwarf all of a sudden just steps up, like actually just stands up and just, fine. What would you like? I got a supply of foods and spices.
Well, I'm thinking about some kind of fruits and herbs and spices and vegetables. Do you have that?
Yes, I do. And I mean, what are you trying to make? Got a list or something?
Not really. I'm just making something. Yeah.
Roll me a persuasion check. And of course, Constantine is just gonna be like, hell yeah. Eyes glow red.
Ah.
He's roll again.
Just allow failure. That's a bigger failure.
This will work. What is happening? What's the end result? What's the end roll?
Pain. Constantine is making things worse. I like how he's not talking in the microphone as well.
Vacuum just went off in my background, and I don't want to throw that.
so you're basically like you're almost like
One
stuttering.
moment, I'm getting mad at the bot.
Yeah, you're basically kind of stuttering at the fucking dwarf as the dwarf was kind of scratching his head, sits down again. You know, maybe you should just come back later when you figure out what you want. Because you're like, can I get something for something? He's like,
Perhaps let me handle this.
Okay.
Out of he looks like he just walked out from behind Ares, as if he almost just walked out of Ares' shadow, and he walks. Excuse me.
How tall is Constantine?
Constantine is like 5'11", around there. would say-
Oh, I have to translate
No.
some stuff now.
Sorry,
Yeah,
the
Ares
vacuum's
is-
gone. Thinking.
Ares slightly on the short side.
Yeah, no, it looks really strange. He just seems like he walked out of his staircase, out of your shadow almost. It's just like he's there and he's not. He walks over. Excuse me. Looking over the herbs and spices, Araxis, how wide of an array are these compared to what I'm used to and privy to?
well, he didn't showcase anything. He just asked, "What do you want?" And then Ares is like starts stuttering. They don't really have any like. There's not like a. I guess your passive insight would tell you that he's some sort of merchant, probably deals with a bunch of spices and whatnot, and he probably has a supply of bags of holding with all kinds of stuff that he.
Yeah. Okay. So just basic, almost any basic ingredient you could want.
Essentially,
Alright,
yeah. Maybe even exotic, but you need to have specifics, I guess.
And with that said, then, kind of looks over at Ares. Do you have a preference, Master?
Oh wait.
He kind of looks.
Well, no meat.
Vegetarian, I see.
Yeah, I was
He kind
thinking
of
of,
nods.
I was thinking of making a feast.
He thinks for a moment, then he nods. Do you happen to sell beans?
He kind of nods. Yeah.
All right, and then he goes. He like pulls out a small note. He writes down a list of ingredients for a a bean stew, all the ones that we don't possess currently, the seasonings required to do it correctly, and then pulls that off and hands it to the man.
Boy, he looks at the list. Can you roll me another persuasion check? Just...
Let's see. Can I? That is the question. I'm not even gonna try to bother to hide this part of my 17.
17. He looks at the list and nods. Give me a second. And you see that he has like a small... you wouldn't call it like a crate, but more like a almost like a pseudo box. It has like a shit ton of bags of holding, and it has like a bunch of markings. And passive insight, you recognize that these are... how do I say this? Types of vegetables, fruits, spices, categorized specific, I guess, his own personal order. And he basically goes through several bags in about a minute and essentially acquires enough for the stew, or I guess the dish in question.
He nods. How much would that cost?
Oh, nothing. It's summer solstice, I guess, in a bit. Man, it would be not even a gold dwarf, so just take it. Kind of just waves his hand.
Does a polite bow, takes it into the bags, and he hands it to Ares. And as like the bag reaches your hands, Ares, and it's like in your grasp, Constantine is gone again.
Oh, thank you.
From now on, perhaps you should let me run the errands.
Okay. He nods. And then he also nods to the merchant. Thank you. What's your name?
Oh, yes, the dwarf again.
Yes, the dwarf.
He kind of puts all the bags of holding back into his chest, locks it, turns back at you. Waves a bit to get some air. Name is Edwin.
I'm Ares. Well, thank you for the food.
Take care.
And then
Remember, the ceremony of the solstice is gonna be in a day and a half. So tomorrow at midnight, or give or take.
Okay, that's good to know. Then he turns and goes back to our camp. Let's see, do I have any cooking supplies on me? I need to double check. I do not believe I have.
If it's clear you're looking for them, that
He opens like the bag of holding, tries to like look for like pulls out items. No, not this one.
And you hear, as you look and you've kind of given up, you hear a dash, once again a piano in the background, and then about right in front of you appears what seems to be cooking utensils and all the stuff required for cooking, but there's a slight glow to it, almost a hum.
Yeah, because like what you saw him pull out the bag was like pulls out a crowbar, some pitons. No, not this one. like some picks from my thieves' tools. Put it all back. Okay, this was what I needed.
Of course.
Thank you. And then he starts. Then he starts the fire. And he begins cooking something. He has really not really too much of an idea. Like he cuts the vegetables, mixes them with other vegetables and berries, and tries to make it like a meal of different ingredients and different stuff. A bit more on the fancy side. At least he tries to. And
Alright,
he
well, if you're cooking, if I remember correctly, that is
he goes on
your
for a little while.
if I remember correctly, Araxis, pool checks also include performance for cooking as well. So if you're cooking, that's a that's your
Performance.
that would be your performance unless you have proficiency in cooking.
Unfortunately, I do not have that.
If you roll performance. Oh, can I roll?
1d20 or 2d20? How does this work? Do I have advantage?
It's safe to assume, unless I say otherwise, you have advantage on a check at this point throughout the game.
I almost made 2d29 to 209. Plus 5.
I'm just gonna roll something on my end. I'm not gonna
17.
bother with the
Yeah. The rest of you starts to smell. Like there's not a lot of things that are actually actively cooked. Like some vegetables are seared and maybe some mushrooms
just the flex, by the way.
grilled.
That meals is 35 now.
Oh god.
Oh wait, actually, no, actually, 35, right? It's 17 plus 18. As you hear, you feel like you're getting your own hype track in the back of your head. The
Oh my
instruments almost
God.
move on themselves.
Hi, piano.
The hype piano as I.
Oh boy.
You know what? Here you go. Just in case you want to post that whenever you feel like it.
All right, let's see what you got here. Thank you. I will favorite this.
Yeah.
But this is
I guess eventually lunch or perhaps dinner, whatever this is, gets done.
I guess lunch in this case.
so. Does the good stew even smell a bit of meat?
No.
There's no meat.
Well then, well, Bess will confirms a good smell, but doesn't make her hungry to eat it.
Yeah.
Gets a 35 on cooking check, refuses to even try the meal. Pulls out.
They can eat vegetables, but they prefer meat.
Yeah. He can make a meat berry. A good berry to throw in there.
Well, then you get a meaty smell, and then yes, you'll get her attention.
Yeah, maybe he does that, why not? Throws in a few good berries might be a bit too many. Maybe 2 good berries.
Okay, well then she will join you.
Yeah, and he will call the 2 of you for food and say, well, I was thinking that since we're traveling together now, it's maybe we should have like a larger feast as we just starting out.
By the way, quick note. If you guys have like if Ares, if you have finished like putting down the food and you're ready to search people, Constantine will appear and start serving people.
Yeah.
As he like sets up and politely hands the food over to each individual.
This man keeps appearing and disappearing. Like, what is the word for that?
Like a ghost?
Yes, but also another word. Magic, magic. Hmm.
This is just thinking of the word.
Mm,
She just shrugs.
like a
Takes her
treant?
stool.
I was trying to think of all of the creatures he noted appear and disappear.
I've avoided. Well, then ask now.
I mean, technically, he hasn't even introduced himself to me.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And he doesn't,
He's just
he doesn't
butlering.
seem like he's going to at this point.
We know his name is Constantine, and he knows Ves's name, but he doesn't know Theos' name.
But not
So,
because I told him.
Yeah. I was going to ask Constantine, are you sure you don't want to join us?
Nonsense. I'm afraid the role of the servant is to observe and serve. Nothing else.
Can
You fight.
Kind of, he looks over. In a dire situation, I can lend assistance. My life for my master's life, of course. But it is preferable, unless things get dicey, that I stay within the confines of my job.
what kind of weapons do you have on you?
You can see there is only one weapon clearly on him, and
He's weak.
you don't need to be an expert to tell you that this weapon is more for show than anything else. It is a rapier.
Ah, good.
Rapier.
You see, Ves is eyeing you, Constantine, and then thinks for a moment, and then speaks up.
With that simple weapon, your master would not have much defenses with you. A moment.
And yet, and that thus she goes through. She grabs the right bag of holding and pulls out the rapier, the quartz rapier for you.
He looks at it. Are you gonna hand it to him?
She hands it to you.
This might be more useful. I do not know its effects, but it seems more sturdy and your style than mine.
He looks at it. Tis but a moment. As he starts eyeing it, Araxis, I would like to cast Identify on this object.
Which one?
The rapier.
The rapier.
Oh, the
Rapier.
rapier.
The quartz rapier that I'm handing out to him.
Oh god. Okay. Can you roll me a D1000 as well?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
That's a 10,000.
Oh, sorry.
Well, just
Apologies.
subtract less 7, so it's still 700.
No. It's important. You can't. Oh yeah, retracted.
Would you like me to roll? Alright,
Oh yeah, 1,000.
There you
Ooh.
That's even better.
Okay.
We have no idea if a higher or lower, better or worse.
Okay. So.
Higher and lower are more extreme.
Okay, so.
Whether they're good or
That,
bad.
that's the
folks.
only thing we know.
So.
Maybe. But maybe that's not in that.
Okay, so this weapon is called Leora's Grasp. And you know Leora. Leora was a tough little halfling. Her heart was bright as a star, and she was a paragon amongst her folk. But she perished among demons. And now she wanders, wanting revenge. This is her rapier. Besides that, I'll give you the exact stats, but
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. I don't think we'll be fighting this session. With that said, he kind of smiles, and there's almost a look of nostalgia washes over his face. A fine weapon. I have to ask, where did you procure such an item?
Let's just says bluntly.
A kobold named Fang gave it to me in exchange for a dragon. That is also quite a tale.
Indeed. It is a fabulous gift. Thank you. As he kind of it kind of just vanishes into smoke in his hand.
you wanna roll a history check for Fang?
Yes, I would
Constantine?
like to roll a history check, right? Alright. That's a 23.
You personally do not know the individual, never met before him, but you heard of his exploits, and you know that your employer also knows this creature. It is an enigma, but like you have your own employers, he has his own. Rumored to be the queen of dragons, or I guess the mother of dragons. But those are merely rumors. The main thing that he is well known for is one simple thing. If there's a dragon dead in this mortal plane, he will be there within minutes. And before the hour is gone, he will be set off with the same dragon that has fell.
Kind of, you see him though. He's just kind of looking. He's now just looking off to the distance, and he seems to just be ready and attentive. As soon as one of your drinks get close to being empty, he's there to refill it. As soon as your dish is empty and you don't request more, he seems to take care of it and it vanishes.
Yeah. When you were handed the rapier before, Ash was going to. So, also, are we giving gifts? And then he hands, or he searches in his bag of holding, and then he pulls up a pair of boots. And then he looks around. What kind of question like this? Would a pair of normal boots work for Vess?
She's already wearing boots.
I love the music just already wearing boots. The music.
These are special. These are special boots.
Well,
Does he recognize what kind of boots she's wearing?
Yeah, does it look like the boot of speed would fit for Vess?
well, I mean, she is wearing boots. Caked up in mud. Not really washed, but boots.
Here you go. And Ares hands over the boots of speed to Vess.
You see Fez looking at it.
These makes you faster.
So do my boots look different?
Just eyeing the thing and then looks at her own boots.
You also have special boots?
Indeed. They make me move faster.
Okay. Then maybe you can have them, Theo.
Me?
Yeah? Gives you the boots of speed.
I mean, Fez hands it to you.
Yeah.
I'm just staring at them. Thank you.
In game mechanics terms, if you click on the boots with a bonus action, you double your movement speed for 10 minutes. And it can be used once per day.
The most intense boot
It's-
conversation.
Literally.
Of course, Vez doesn't know that effect. He's thinking, my boots make me move faster. That boost make me move faster. What's the difference? You can have it. But yes, it would have. But yeah, Vez has long strider boots, so he
Yeah.
moves faster.
Like, all of John's equipment was destroyed, right, before? Like, none of it, even the magical equipment were
Yeah.
salvaged.
No, it was just dust. Again, anything in the bag of holding you have access to, but the armor or anything else he had on is.
Did we give the acid resistance ring to... We did do that, right, to John?
I think they had the assassin's ring.
Yeah, then that's gone. Well, to Wes, he hands over a wooden coin.
A wooden coin.
A wooden coin.
She looks at it.
What's this?
I'm not really sure, but you can have it.
She does a quick flip of the coin, flipping it up and then catching it in midair.
Yeah, it's just a
Looking at it.
coin-shaped piece of wood.
I shall accept this gift. I should put it in one of the bags of holding.
It has sentimental value.
She nods to you. It shall be safe.
Safe under my guard.
And Constantine, he summons you back.
He's been attentively just standing next to you until the meal's done. If the meal had finished, he would have vanished though.
You can have these. And Aris hands his 57 gold coins to you.
57 gold coins.
Yeah.
He nods politely.
Oh,
You humble
87.
me.
It's 87
Oh,
gold
87.
coins. Yeah.
You humble me. Thank you. He kind of just bows. And
Yeah.
the coins disappear in his hand.
Yeah, Aris looks almost relieved to have these coins away from him.
With that, With that said, he kind of looks out as like the party's exchanging magical items. And he leans over to Ares. I would beg caution. Not all magic is in good nature. If you're in distrust of some items, I can handle them.
Do you know what this does? But I think it's good though. He gives you the simple looking wooden shield.
I look at. Is this? I look at it. Is it even magical, Alexis, or this? If so, I'll cast Identify on it.
It is not magical. It just looks like a very, like one of the. You know what? Roll me a history check.
Sure thing. You.
It's cute.
That's 25.
It does not have any. It does not have any. Magical, but it looks like a very nice and made coin. You know exactly that Empire coins have two distinct things. On one side, the region, it showcases the region where usually the thing is minted, and the other, you showcase a major event that has transpired through the Empire. In this case, it does not have any major event, but an image of a late emperor, and the region seems to be the Golden Plain region. So assume whoever made this coin, well, the original coin was basically minted about 80 years ago, and probably deters from the Golden Plains. But who, crafted this almost identical piece of wooden coinage, you don't know.
Interesting. It is a historical item, nothing of magical utility.
Did you say that the wooden shield had like any engravings?
Doesn't mean they're ruins.
Oh, okay, yeah. Erexus.
Yeah?
Did the wooden shield have like engravings?
Nope, it did not.
Okay. So yeah, the wooden shield is non-magical then. Is that a +2 shield then?
Wait.
Yeah, the shield, not the coin. It was the druid made shield was the one he showed to you.
God,
Oh no. Well,
man,
now we know more about
thanks,
the coins.
Ares. Thanks.
I mean,
Because the coin
It's
and
all
the
good,
shield
it's
is
all
kind of
good.
big difference.
I couldn't interrupt you.
What do you mean? Oh yeah,
It felt rude too.
let the DM say 2 more minutes of stuff and then tell him, actually it's wrong. That's kind of worse.
Honestly,
Sorry.
I was enjoying the coin conversation.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. You can roll. You can eat 20 free. Fuck it. Okay. The shield does not have a name, but it is strong and it is of druidic properties. You do not recall the name of the person who made it, albeit a powerful archdruid. But you do sense the purpose of the shield. It was made to protect his youngest son who wanted something magical and something simple yet beautiful.
Hmm.
The shield it's not over.
Okay.
The shield in total suffered 2 bludgeons, 17 slashes, and 2 piercings that stopped in its bark. But there's 1 additional slash that is coated in blood. The shield has failed its original purpose, and even though it's inanimate, without a soul, inanimate object, it feels shame for failing.
Druid magic is odd. Nevertheless, we have what appears to be a defensive magic shield. Eager to prove itself. I think it would suit you well, Ares.
Does it do something special?
I will cast Identify to it, and Araxis will get you the details of the shield.
It is literally a +3 shield. It has no inscriptions, no descriptions, no names. It is uncomfortably blank.
It is simply a good shield.
Okay then.
In case it.
Yes,
Good
my
thing
AC
Ares
is now
has that.
19.
It's a good thing versus a kind soul.
He kind of looks to the group. Well, I'm retiring for the night.
Wait. Can you look at their items as well? Because in the touched Vest, didn't you have a lot more items?
Yeah. Versus nods. Yes, back.
Oh,
In fact, one is on my back,
back right now.
and she motions to the weird-looking mace hammer with a horrified face on it.
Oh my god.
He
You know
walks
what?
over.
You know what?
Identify session.
Yeah, identify session. You know what? Because I feel like every single one of them, you're gonna identify.
You're right.
Yeah,
So
basically.
I'll
How much
leave.
spell slots?
I'll leave the spoil. I mean,
With that, Orexis, if that's the case, do you just want to like hand over the stuff outside of session?
yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, that makes sense.
There's a lot of
I
stuff.
am gonna do. Yeah, I will say one thing about this though. As you look through the bag of frequently cursed items, I look at the I look. Oh, you won't want this one. And some of the items, if they were as I understand, some of them are particularly dangerous to wield, he will compensate.
Pumping. Okay.
He does not seem to ask you for permission to do so.
I'd like to keep that whistle for you.
So if you want to put up an objection to that, now is the time.
Well, Vess definitely wants to keep the whistle. She tells the dragon claw that she got, the bag of rubies because shinies,
Yeah, don't worry.
and the dragon spinel she's curious about. But the rest is pretty much you can keep them with you for the time being. Especially the skull and the petrification daggers. He doesn't want those.
Again, yeah, he like the only items that he
Yeah.
would take away from your possession are terribly cursed items.
Okay.
Yeah.
Items that would probably cause you more harm than good, given I'm the only one who can store them correctly at the moment. With that said, he goes through the items one by one, attentively going over each of them. And he explains some of their functionality, which you will get later. Don't ask questions now. He puts some cursed ones away, and then he bows politely to Ares and to the rest of the group, and walks behind Ares, and then he's gone.
Can I at least know which one of curse I can get out of my inventory?
None of them are cursed.
I will DM you the items that Constantine called cursed and removed.
Okay.
Yeah. Eric's can tell Terry's all of that info in.
Yeah.
I will share that.
Well, then I'll just keep them on standby.
So. So what
So
now?
I guess we.
Yeah.
Well, there's still part in the day
Mm-hmm.
after the cursing talk and having some lunch. So I'm guessing Vess is just gonna go up and look around the camp, see what people are setting up for the solstice.
Okay. You can roll an investigation check.
Still keeping the hammer.
Yeah. Ares is taking some time and interacting with, playing with Acre.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I was actually waiting till like Vess is gone, and I was actually going to try to talk to Ares about something.
Okay.
Um,
31.
Not your best day. Unfortunately, you do not have Constantine with you.
You know what's the best part? I just
They
imagine.
were making a sudden cancel, but look down.
Okay, I'm gonna make this extremely fucking hilarious.
Oh no.
You're allowed.
You all see Bess is like, yeah, I'm gonna check out, see like what's what they're doing, and you eating, and then look back, where he went, or I guess she went, and you literally see Bess about 100 feet away, squatting down and staring at what seems to be a hand ill. Bess, you don't know why, but in your mind you think that this man, even the ants are preparing for the solstice. What are they doing? And you're literally just cautiously looking at the ant burrow and like start to ponder. Like for some reason you think the ants are also preparing for it.
Okay, I guess I'll be staring at ads for the time being. I'm gonna study this philosophy of ads.
Yeah. What did you want to talk to Eris about?
I'm just going to him and saying like, I wasn't sure if it was appropriate to give this to you when everybody else was there, and I'm just pulling out the small piece of armor I got off John's armor when we were at the dragon, and when I'm giving it to you. It's from John's armor. I think you should have it. I know it's nothing magical, nothing practical. I just thought, if anything, it might be better if you had it.
He takes like the pieces and looks at it before. Like he clenches his fists around it, like cutting himself from the sharp edges. And then he goes, "Thank you so much."
You're welcome.
Yeah, and then he, from his bag of holding, he takes out like a bandage, wraps a bandage around the pieces, and places it in his bag of holding. And then he just sits down and hugs Acor. And talks a bit with Acor.
Leaving them alone, going to another side of the tent, of the camp.
Are you gonna go to the far ones, like across the bridges?
Yeah, I think I might do that.
Left or right?
Left.
Okay, gotcha. So, Eris, what would you like to talk with Acorn that it seems to be just happy to be here? Just happy to be here, literally. Unironically.
Yeah. He starts by asking, Acor, do you remember anything that happened while you weren't here? Do you have any memories of that time?
Yeah. I was home.
In the Feywild?
It shakes its head, affirming your theory.
You mean nodding?
Yeah, it's nodding.
Yeah. So 1 minute. Nothing. Just. Yeah, I'm back. My dad came into my room for a moment. What's it like, the Feywild?
It's very calm and peaceful. Yeah. Warm. Occasionally snows. Yeah. Quiet. Can you roll me an insight check?
Sure. I think it was a straight insight and nothing added to it. This was he else would prefer.
You have no fucking. Oh wait. Constantine. Is Constantine gonna help Ares with this?
I mean, it's not like an active check. It's not something he's actively trying to do. I don't think Constantine would help him with this one.
Yes. you're like, listening to his tale, and he just kind of drifts off, like just kind of nodding whatever he says.
Yeah. He continues like asking questions about the Feywild, saying stuff like, "Is it true that it's always summer in places of the Feywild?"
It shakes its head. As in, okay, nods its head. God damn it.
Yeah, and he goes around, spends some time talking, asking questions about the Feywild and about the Acre, and then he seems to explain to Eiko what happened after in the material plane with him and his friends after this departed.
Hmm. So, Theo. Okay, there you go. There you go. In a roll investigation check. You're crossing the bridge, and basically, because it's a long walk, kind of takes a while.
Yes, hold on.
13.
13.
13. Oh god.
Mm.
So, stumbling upon the stone bridge, you realize it's extremely sturdy and hardy, and it's about over 1,000, almost 1,500 feet long, or about like almost half a kilometer long. It's kind of eerie to just have this like straight stone passage through this ravine, with a sensation that any moment something can go wrong and it can just break and crack. What you meet though halfway on the bridge is a group of what seems to be humans. It seems to be led by a gnome, who are basically seemingly just drawing chalk on the bridge. You don't know what they're drawing up, but they look like positions or something of similar thing. As well, they see you. They know that you're there, but they don't really say anything or do anything. So you can pass them if you want, or you can, interact.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to them and ask them, what are you drawing?
The human seemingly just kind of fixated on drawing. The gnome all of a sudden, just as if suddenly getting wide awake and from a slumber, just snarls, "What? Oh, wow! We're drawing positions."
Positions for what?
He kind of eyes you for a few moments, seemingly looks you up and down. Who are you, by any chance? Any do you have any magisters? He kind of seems to be puzzled looking at you.
My name is Theodore, and I'm just asking out of curiosity.
Well, to put it shortly, Theodore, fireworks. Have you heard of them? Do you know what a firework is, Theodore?
I do not.
The gnome, seemingly kind of frustrated, just kind of blows a bit of air and looks back at you. So, basically, when there's a festival, right? Summer solstice, very cool.
Yeah.
So when on the longest night, or the shortest night, actually, that's different. We're gonna place a lot of these fireworks on this bridge. Hopefully long enough that when the sun is at the dusk, when we start it, when the sun comes at dawn, it will still be going. The whole sky will be bursting full of fire and colors, and it's, fun. And can you roll me an insight check?
Mhm.
Let's see. Give me a second.
17.
17, cool. Even though he seems to be very, I guess, positive of his vision of these fireworks, you realize there's some bitterness in his tone. You've sensed almost like a additional task, additional agenda that he's trying to achieve.
Mm. And that's all you're doing, drawing positions for fireworks.
It's I.
You kind of startled when I asked you.
He kind of eyes you up and down. Well, you're a bit of a menace, don't mind me saying. Clad in full black armor, wandering around. It's kind of a bit unsettling. Also, I found a gnome image for you to gaze upon. There you go. There you go. Eh.
And that's all, I assume.
Yeah? The gnome looks at you a bit dumbfounded now.
Well then, I'm going to go away from then and continue walking the bridge.
Mm-hmm. So, takes you about additional few minutes. You walk out, and basically about a few more minutes, you see basically on a bit to the north from where the bridge is, basically almost by the cliffs, there is another camp, not as big as the one that you seen in the middle, but similarly dressed individuals, green tents, and seemingly almost like a medium-sized feast table is being prepared, and a handful of fires are blazing around it. As you see, a big beast, what you assume is boar, is basically getting cooked on one of them.
Okay. Can I see anyone else behaving suspiciously?
You can roll me an investigation check.
Investigation?
Yeah?
It's an 11.
Well, I mean, you see about 30 people, mostly humans, a few elves and a few dwarves. Seemingly, just kind of talking, chatting by the fire, drinking, eating. Some people are going into the tree line, coming out immediately. You assume that they just went to do nature's stuff. But besides that, no one seems to be suspicious.
Okay. I think I'm just going to walk around the campsite just a little bit, trying not to stay too long, not to seem too suspicious. Then I think I'm going to make my way back to the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
But if I pass the group of humans in
The gnome, yeah.
gnome again, I think I'm going to look a little bit closer to like at the thing they're actually drawing.
Mm-hmm.
What is they're drawing, and see if I can recognize that. If I don't, then trying to at least keep it in my head to tell the others.
Ares.
Yay!
Yay, Ares. He's just talking about the Feywild. What if Ares, you seem a bit like, you're talking about the Feywild with your your squirrel companion. And the squirrel just looks over and you see Vess in the background still hunched over, looking intriguedly. And Akul just kinda speaks out. Should we help him? Her? It? I'm never good with lizard folk.
Yeah, we can do that. And then he stands up. Is something wrong?
Vess, you've been staring for how God knows long at this little mountain of ants. You realize a lot of stuff about the ants, how they move and what they do. It's intriguing.
It is
Just these ants. It's intriguing how they collect food, work together. More. So cohesive. Staying in line, but they all know everything at once.
I think they always walk in lines, don't they?
Why do they walk in lines? Do they think like us that lines are good?
If there's a bit closer at the end.
Eris tilts his head. Why would lines be good?
This feels like a very druid question. Like, why are the ants doing what they do? With that said, though, I have a small question, Araxis. I've casted Identify quite a lot today, but there is one more Identify I want to cast.
Uh-huh.
I want to cast this one on Ares while I'm chilling out within the. I'm not sure if you're aware since we don't use the feature, but you can instead touch a creature throughout the casting and learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting him. So,
currently,
he's clean, right? This is just a
yeah, he's
spells.
cleaned. He has no current spells active on him.
Yeah. All right. So I go on.
That is a good question.
She stands back up straight. He looks around.
So, what do you need me for, Ares?
Yeah. Eris is like in the thinking pose that. Maybe they.
Yes? Speak up.
Maybe they have like a road like we do, and they travel on that road, and that's why they look like they travel in a straight line.
An invisible road. Magic. Yes, that makes sense.
Large animals tends to make trails down the forest. Why shouldn't ants do that?
What is magic? You are magical bugs after all.
Maybe that is so.
So be it.
Do you think we can ask them?
The ants.
We
Uh,
can
uh,
try.
Ares like crouches down and tries to talk with an ant.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't think speak with animals works on ants because their intelligence is too low.
As you speak out or call out, what do you ask the ants?
I ask one ant, or try to. It's hard to directly talk to a single ant. I ask them, why do you travel all in a single line?
What?
Why do you all travel in a single line?
Can you roll me a D-million?
Sorry, that
1, 2,
caught me
3.
off guard.
1, 2, 3, and I get the 1. No.
That does sound like. That did sound like a.
God. Oh. You know, from your perspective, right? From your perspective, this, you basically see asking a curious question by Ares on these ants. Also, the column of the ants stop. And they all seemingly look up with their sticks and pieces of watery dew, and they seem to stare at Ares. And then a few seconds pass, and they all start to just continue down, just down the hole.
Uh-huh.
However,
Sorry, I have to laugh at this. What's gonna happen?
as you look, you see, Ares, there is a voice, like a mumbled voice, something beneath the thing, as you see one singular ant peek out from the very top. And these ants are basically these large, you know, like not super large, but they're like as large as half of your nail. They're a lot. They're in a single line. There's hundreds, and you see one that is like maybe 3 times as large, and is a lot more bright brown than the rest. As you hear almost like a yellish whimper. 'Cause it's efficient! Now calm down! You're disturbing the workforce!
Oh, I'm sorry. It's efficient. Okay, I can give this to you, and he gives a good berry to the ant. Places it like okay, maybe food or
Can you
whatnot.
roll me? Because this is not even persuasion. Can you roll me D1000? Man, I need to find a different music. Now give me a second. A second. Maybe. Man, I'm looking for one particular fucking oh man. Maybe. Fuck. Can't really find it. Man, why can I not find it? Let's see, maybe this will work. Oh yeah. Can't you roll me 12 d12s on top of it?
That's a lot. 12. That is. Wow.
Oh god. Oh boy. Second.
The music
These
box
work.
died.
Yeah, I know. Works. Okay. You drop a single barrel, right? And the fucking thing, you know, the small little and nimbles on it, right? And then you hear the screech. Then all of a sudden, Vest, from your perspective, you know, the ant stopped, looked up, continued working. All of a sudden, every single fucking ant turns to the good berry. Just looks at it as the ant proclaims, "The tribute has been given to the Ant Queen. Workers, workers!" As every single ant from around just starts swarming the thing. In a few seconds, the whole good berry is consumed by over 4 to 5 dozen of ants. And they're basically breaking it apart and just moving it to pieces. The one ant that seems not to do this is the one that you spoke with. As it looks at you, Ares, and says, "The queen will be pleased. A suited reward will await you."
Yeah. At this point, Ares has like sits down away from them and like looks at them. And then he nods, looking a bit more happy than he's been for quite a while.
Okay. Ares is trying ecosystem. Oh boy.
No.
So
I already have a butler. Now I have an army. I'm trying to like gain royalty here, or to gain like noble status.
I wonder what Constantine thinks of this.
Constantine,
check.
can you roll me a history check if you could, with advantage?
Always with advantage.
Now I have to do the territory.
Oh god.
That's
Oh,
a 28.
You regard,
actually-
you and your employer regard ants as meager insects. Insects like ants don't have anything to do. Like they offer almost nothing. The fact that these ants speak out and call out, you know of a special breed. Ants of Tabri. That, how do I say this? They're not simple ants. They've been blessed by some sort of celestial power long ago, and some of their ancestors still live on to this day.
Question. All right, question here. Helping out the queen in this context, like, are we talking like mythic ants here?
Not maybe one long time ago, maybe. But at this point, you assume they're nothing but a distant memory, just a flake of a power that was once immeasurable.
All right, we're going to cause some chaos here. I am going to say to Ares in his head, would you like to go meet their queen personally?
Oh my god! Ares?
Ares.
Why not?
All right, with that, I instruct them, tell your friends not to resist, as I'm going to cast a bit of magic.
Yeah, Ares. Like, currently, I don't think Theo is around us.
Yeah.
No.
But Vest is like,
All right,
so we will tell Vest that.
I'm gonna drag some people into the chaos. So I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna say to Ares, make sure Theo's here for this. We don't want to leave anyone out.
Yeah,
Good.
You should just yell out for Theo.
Yeah, good.
he yells out to Theo.
Yeah, Theo, you basically make your round, and you basically do, in fact, hear your name being called out.
Okay. Do I still like when I said that I would take a closer look at the drawings, the gnome and the human brain? Do I still know
The
what it looks
drawings.
like?
Okay, so the simple thing about those drawings is that they're simple drawings, and you read it in common as it's like organization, like it's almost like a sequence, you know, from this it goes here, from this it goes here. And with your passive insight, you realize it's basically like these are people who are like, they have a bunch of stuff and they want to position the stuff precisely where they want, so they can prolong these fireworks. So
Okay.
yeah, it's not exactly bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, then, as soon as I hear my name being called, I'm rushing over to the camp.
Yep. And as soon as you get there, assuming Ares tells you to just let the spell take effect.
Yeah, I tell you to.
Yeah, you guys are now all ants. Let's go meet the queen.
So what about our equipment? Oh yeah, it's polymorph.
It
So
is
it's on.
merged and formed into you. So basically non-existent. But it's still on you, technically speaking. Just
It's
not
inside
usable.
us.
Think of something similar to how wild shape works.
okay. So to put a simple perspective, you all of a sudden feel the sensation in your head as everything is woozing, as you shrink down to the size of the ant, and how every single worker of these ants are basically like wolves, like from a perspective, because it's so hard to describe how you imagine a wolf being. That's like they're slightly above your waist, they're longer than you, bigger mandibles, and they're just basically destroying this good bear that you presented.
It's working.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Give me a second. As let me find the proper. My God. Oh yeah, I did actually find it. Let's go. I found the image. Okay, so as the person you called out, like that called out to you, I guess, because of your, you know, your deliverance, strolls up. Very, how do I say this? You realize, all of you in person, how terrifying ants can be, as this is the thing that just kind of approaches you, towering several times your height. Clearly has smaller ants crawling around it, and it seems to be just horrifying. It greets you, Ares. It says, it's so good for you to join us. Come.
Hello.
The queen awaits. As he begins to strut fastly, just. So basically,
You follow.
This is a new experience.
Oh, that's great!
I wish I had that now.
tiny little fella. But yeah, basically, as you're basically are led through these caves of dirt, and there's always a horde of black, brownish ants around you, going in and out, and
Being an ant,
yeah.
do we because ants communicate in pheromones? Can we like hear what the other ants are like doing?
You
That's how
don't-
you're talking right now in some degree.
you don't hear anything being told to you, and you don't know it's because you just
Yeah.
you cannot
I
hear
want
them.
to use this opportunity to learn about ant culture.
Yeah.
You can call it that.
culture.
You can call it that. Ant behavior.
Oh, we aren't done yet. We have more.
I
Yeah.
was looking around at other ants and being fascinated.
Okay. As can everybody roll me perception?
What is the perception of an ant?
No. You'll roll your normal perceptions.
Yep, you guys all keep your mental stats.
Yeah, all of you roll your normal perception.
Okay, then I'll roll my
Ares,
normal.
you have advantage.
Nice.
Perception is. Well, I have perception. Fuck you with the dice.
Because surprisingly enough, you don't. How do I say this? You seem to be traveling a lot, like actually for several minutes, and you don't feel even the slightest tired or even any sign of exhaustion. Give me a second. Let's see. How good are you rolling as you're waiting? Really?
Ares got a
None of
15.
you?
Yeah, no, Ares got a 15. I'm not. Actually, wait. If I'm giving him help, he also gets a. Ares has a 18.
Okay, Ares.
Yeah.
It takes you about 5 minutes. You're descending. You see basically everything that is inside of the ant ecosystem undisturbed. You see the larvae, the soldiers, the warriors. You see dozens of dissected and destroyed chitinous bodies of other insects, other ants, etc., etc. One thing that you spot that creeps you the fuck out is about 8 minutes in down the travel, as this thing says the queen is close, it's awaiting, it's gonna be happy. You all of a sudden go through this web heavy hallway, if you will, right? And all of a sudden it just feels odd. It feels like too well done. As you look through the webs, as you continue, you all of a sudden see these humanoid ant creatures, seemingly mummified, against the wall.
Cool.
They have humanoid faces. They have limbs that would resemble more of a human than an insect, but they seem to have insect features also, very much so. And you're the only one who can spot it.
Yeah. And it's just going like, whoa. It seems a bit intrigued.
Okay, so takes you a few more minutes, about 2 minutes, and you count like 40 or 50 similar creatures, basically by the walls, mummified, and still none of them are alive and whatnot. At the end of it, you find almost like a extremely open entryway to like this grand hall that you assume is several feet wide, somewhere underground, right? It's probably smaller than your body when you're full form, but it looks impressive. There are pieces of sap, what you assume is sap, that is glowing mildly this orange color, and it's a room without a purpose that you can discern for an ant, but it's something else. Constantine, can you roll me another history check?
Yes, I can.
Vess, you can roll me a history check with disadvantage, and the rest of you automatically fail.
Alright, we got a 19, but I'm going to shenanigans myself.
Shenanigans yourself.
Okay, history. Don't worry, Vess is gonna fail. That's a 0.
That's a 0.
You're fucking clueless. Constantine,
Yeah.
you?
27.
27.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
not
god, okay.
gonna roll.
I want
Oh.
this ant lore, man.
So,
Antler.
the Tabri is an old and occult thing. It maybe were artisans of the gods, but they're nothing but ants now. And this is one of their chambers. Like how every modern society has a throne room, so the Tabri hosts. um, something in your head screams, like your personal thing, screams that there's immense power in this place. But something tells you that this power has basically been snuffed out millennium ago.
Interesting, but potential.
Yeah. As you know, all of a sudden, in the far corner, what seems to be just another corridor, emerges a massive fucking figure. In your perspective, if you consider your own basis as, what's it called? You know, how you were as humans, you assume this creature is about 100 feet tall. This ant, in normal cases, if you were, you know, from what, it would be about 1 feet tall. Its mandibles are big enough than entire bodies of ants, and it just emerges out of this darkened corner of this hall. With passive insight, most of you realize that this ant has more than just instinctual sense to it, as it seems to be eyeing you.
Hello.
Once more, the denizens of the surface seek counsel. What is it you wish, mortal, by the name of Ares?
I'm gonna walk out of his shadow. I am an ant with a suit on. So he's like,
Yeah.
And he's right now he's just sitting next to Ares, but in Ares in your head you hear a little bit of, say we have a gift for them.
I have good berries.
No, use my wording. We have a gift for you.
We have a gift for you.
And with that, he says, we hope for your blessing in return. Which me exactly.
We hope for your blessing in return.
Alexis, I am going to take out a shiny rock with like the little mandibles and crush it, and I would like to cast wish.
Excuse me?
What would you
I
like
had
to
a shiny
wish for,
rock with me.
Constantine?
I wish for these creatures. Yeah. Oh no, this is gonna be really bad or really good. Sorry for this ahead of time, but we're going to go with this. I wish for the ants to have their power restored.
Oh my fucking god! No!
Parts of the power.
The fact that you stole this from Julie's fucking line of thought, I fucking love this. Can you roll me a 4D100 and a D110?
The player now feels smells well.
Yeah, I hope this goes well.
Alright. Energy 1000. Let's
Oh
go!
my god.
No, that could have gone a lot.
As you say, you know, you I guess you tell Ares what to say, that you are here, you know, ask for blessing and whatnot. Constantine, as you wish, subtly or not, as soon as you finish, there's a sense of just the sense of wonder for a brief moment. You feel for a briefest of moments something you haven't felt in a very long time. And then something clicks in your mind and all you can feel is fear. As the ants, like all the ants surrounding, they're like pretty, you know, similar your size, kind of like, you know, chilling, vibing. All of a sudden, all of them run out of the room As you know, Ares, you're like presenting gifts and whatnot. The big matriarch, if you will, goes, I see. So what would you... All of a sudden the thing stares out into the hallway you came from. You hear immense buzzing sensation, all of you. As one of the ants that you basically led you in sprawls out with a rush, screaming, "The ancients are returned! The ancients are back! They live once more!" In a panic, almost losing its mind, starts to go circles around the queen until one of the matriarch's pincers just kind of snatches into its fluffy back. It just crushes it. And as the buzzing continues, you do in fact see these mummified creatures that were against the hallways all of a sudden extend their limbs out from the webs and toss them aside, slowly just spilling out from the walls. As the matriarch seems to be confused for briefest moments and looks down at you, Ares. What sorcery is this?
When
I look to him. I look to him. The things like that and say once more. You want? I can handle this. Just say the words.
It's like scuttles back and stands behind.
Apologies.
Constantine.
My master's nerves have racked up. This was his wish to help you, and so we merely used an item at our disposal to do such for you.
It all of a sudden looks at you, Constantine, and looks at Ares, and it lifts up its both frontal legs and kind of almost sharpens one with each other for a few seconds, as it almost beckons with its voice. As the prophecies foretold millennium ago, you wish power, surface dwellers. You wish the boon of the Tabri.
If the others say nothing, or the others saying nothing, I'm giving you an opportunity here to say something.
You the whole time.
Yeah, Ares nods. Sure.
The shore.
This is more confusing than anything.
With that said, if Ares says sure, then Constantine nods like Bughead. Still suited up. The most fancy ant you've ever seen.
I just imagine the fucking ties just like I would imagine the ties like the normal size, just like hanging them up.
And he looks. A gift in their own name would be more than enough. And he says, and he lowers his head. The humble servant then backs away behind Ares, as if that is all he has to say. Alexis.
What?
Is this the time for a persuasion check?
There's no need for a persuasion check. As the ant looks down around, you realize the room the globs of orange sap seem to be glowing ever so brighter. Still soft but bright. You see that something in the being in front of you is changing. And it seems to be looking up ever so slightly up into the ceiling. It looks and listens, and then all of a sudden, with a sudden show of force, bows its head low. As much as it could be, almost groveling to the just the ichor at the bottom of this. I shall do what must be done. The old empire will rise. The Dragon Emperor shall be forgiven. It all of a sudden looks back at all of you. I do not know who you are. He looks at you, Vestio. Then looks at Constantine. I know what you will be. And then looks at Ares. But I know of you. A child of prophecy. Do not distinguish yourself as unique. There are many like you. But you seem to be on the right track. The world tree is your destination. Am I correct?
Yes, yes.
Indeed. That is where we would travel to.
In there,
Buddy, I love
you shall start the doom of the world. But by dooming it, you shall free it from old shackles that still binds it. Have faith, young one, by the name of Ares. Because in the firm, blackened soil, ridden with ashes and heat, life springs forth.
I will keep that in mind.
That's enough of the prophecy. You have a choice. Which one of you will be the chosen of the Tabri, the misforgotten race of nothings that lurked but did their master's bidding? Immediately its head cocks to you, Constantine. Not you. You have your own masters to serve.
He nods. And he nudges his head over to Ares.
What would happen then?
Chosen.
What would that mean?
Come closer, Ares, and listen to the tale of the world, older that you thought. What you gonna do, Ares?
Ares looks at Vess and Theo if they want to step up.
Shaking his head violently.
Bess doesn't. Bess is just weighing it in, but she doesn't seem to be afraid to do this. After all, she's Vess. And she just follows the signs, and this is the sign.
Given
Thanks.
Yeah, if Vess doesn't
Constantine's job is done, he disappears.
if Vess doesn't immediately go forward, then I guess Ares walks up.
So,
As you approach, all the surrounding newly, I guess, revivified creatures start to fly above, nesting, just above the matriarch, as the matriarch speaks to you. At the beginning of the world, when the time became relevant, this place that you stand upon was the mountaintop of the world. The things that you call seas were valleys. But through the greed of a particular entity, out of pride and envy, those valleys, out of her hatred and bitterness, filled it with ice that turned into water, drowning all. In a few years, after a millennium of waiting, the truth will come out. And with the truth, the old ways will be destroyed, and a passage for a brighter future shall be achieved through darkness. As she says that, she extends one of her front legs, and you see this swirling shadow manifest at the very tip, pointing directly at your head. As it does,
but doesn't move.
yeah, as it does, the shadow changes color and becomes almost pale, misty light. Tell me, Ares, are you ready to receive your gift of eons past?
I am.
Before you finish your last M, the mandible strikes directly to the head, pincering your whole thing to the ground. Yeah. With that, we're gonna call it.
Oh dear.
Hey, Alexis, isn't this a great?
Isn't this crazy? Also, congratulations everybody, as Aries, we're gonna have a little thing, a one-on-one session, if you will. A gambit, if you will. A gamble. Congratulations everybody, you're all level 12.
Let's go!
2 levels. Cool.
Because you were boring. Man. Anyway, I'm not gonna tell you what, but man, you did some shit.
Should I level up before we do anything?
No, it doesn't. It won't matter. It won't matter the levels.
Okay.
Well, actually, it might be more than 12. Who knows? On the face.
My job is simple: to serve my master and to protect him at any cost.
Man,
If I have to seek divine favor,
master discern me. Stop it. Stop it. Get some help. Just kidding. Anyway, anything you want to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors?
Hooray
Until
for
next
world
deal.
destruction.
Give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can raid someone real quick. Give me a second.
Also, Ken gave you a gifted sub.
Thank you, Ken, for a gifted sub. Thank you. Very cool. Poggies, even. Give me a second. I'm gonna raid someone. So yeah.
All because Vez got distracted.
Yeah, literally, unironically, imagine.
I'm a man of opportunity. I see an
That's
opportunity to seek divine favor.
Don't worry. So yeah. Done.
So, Alexis, were you
Alright.
expecting that?
Man.